Hi guys, it's Nancy from Wonder Girl Designs. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. If it says was live above my head, that means you're catching the replay. So do me a favor, type hashtag replay below. That way I can welcome you. Let me find myself and make sure everything is all set. And, oh, it doesn't say I'm live here. Hang on, let's check it out. Oh, I am live. I am live. It's just not showing up yet. So hang on, hold tight. I'm sure it's there. Guys, this is the only way I can keep everything facing the right way. So if you're wondering why recently I'm flipping my phone back and forth, it's because I can't flip my camera anymore. And if I don't hold my phone backwards, then everything's going to look backwards to you, and I'd rather make it look better for you than for me. So that's the reason. So when you get here, say hello. The keyword is vibes. Type the word vibes and check your messages. Okay, here I am, all blurry. Okie dokie, artichoke, I am live. All right, type vibes, say hi when you pop on. And I hope everyone's doing awesome. All right, I don't see any comments yet, so if you could do me a favor and just say hello. Hello there, Marcy. Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate you. You guys, I have this chalkboard we're going to use today. We're going to do a little watercolor today. Well, not watercolor, but painting in with one of our Peanuts transfers. So we're going to use, hi Charlene, hi Pam, and Lena. You weren't watching the championship. What do you mean? Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Beverly. All right, here we go. I think it's later. I thought it was later. Am I missing it? I swore it said 2:30 was the championship. Hi, Beverly. How are you? We're going to do a simple, like I said, a simple chalkboard design. And I'm going to show you like 2 ways you can do it. I'm going to add some lint to the back of my reusable silkscreen transfer because it's going to cling like mad here. Good morning, Beverly. It is afternoon for me, but morning for you. Yes. Yeah, but not right now, right, Lena? It's on later. I think Jay said it's on at 2:30 Central. So I'm going to have to watch from the airport. So a couple hours for me, it's not on yet. Yeah, we watched last night. And we were way ahead, and then it was close, and then we won at the last second. That kid with all the hair, he is amazing. I don't know his name. How's everybody's doing today? It is a gorgeous day in Texas. It's a little chillier than it has been, but really pretty out. A little windy, a little chilly, but not bad, not bad. I went for a short run and I had to wear long pants, so yes, I thought so, Charlene, I thought so. It's on later, so I am going to be watching it. All right, I added a bunch of lint. Now, when you're working with a chalkboard and one of these designs, guys, you want to be able to drag it across the front like this, okay? I'm going to make sure you can see, okay? Let me move this over. Let me move it. Okay, I think I can aim it down a little more. Okay, because you don't want it to overstick, okay? You don't want it to overstick. You should be able to at least drag it, because what's going to happen if it oversticks, then it will stretch when you pull it up, and you don't want that to happen, okay? So here we go. What we're going to do first is just create, we're just going to chalk the whole design in one color. And then we're going to do a little watercolor, a little painting, and add the detail, okay? Now, I'm not going to worry about pressing out here where the design isn't, but I am going to take my squeegee and go around where the design is, okay? And this is just going to get all the air bubbles out. Now, the deal with the chalkboard is a great surface for you to try chalking if you haven't done it yet. Grab yourself a chalkboard. This is in the cart link, so type vibes, check your messages, and this will be in there for you to use. Now I'm using chalk paste. And all you have to do is press it in the silkscreen. Now this is bright white. You can use any color that suits your fancy. But I'm just going to go through and chalk this whole thing in bright white for now. Okay, and this is just going to give us our outline, like a storybook outline. Hi Sandy, hi Amanda, and Jan, welcome. Jan, I think my team plays your team today in the tournament. Is that true? I think we're playing Wisconsin. I thought that's what Jace said. I thought that's what Jace said. All right. Then after this, I'll be heading to the airport in a little while and getting on a plane to Vegas to go see Joe. All right, we're going to pull this up. You guys, this is cute just like this. Are you into the Peanuts characters? Tell me if you love that. Now see how I got a little tiny bit of curling here? That's not too bad. That's, you want to go for as little curling as possible when you do this, all right? So look how cute that is. Now you could leave it just like this. So this is one option. Isn't that pretty? You guys, this transfers and paste making designs like this so simple. So simple. How's Sandy Rowe doing? All right, and I'm just going to clean it because we are going to paint that in and use it again. So I'm going to clean the front and the back with just some water. Just some water. All right, make sure you're hitting that heart button for me and you're sprinkling. That helps me so much, you guys. All right, I'm going to get in the back clean, and that's going to get all that lint off the back. And we are going to need to fuzz it again anyway, so when I'm planning to use it again, I clean the front, and I clean the back, and then I dry the back where the sticky part is. Okay. And then I just put it right onto my fuzz cloth, which is in my drawer. And I dry the front, and I just let it sit on my fuzz cloth while I'm painting, and then it'll be ready to use when we're done, okay? So I just have it like this. Thank you, Marcy. I was in Vegas last month. I love it. Thank you. I'm doing great. Oh, good. Yeah, well, I like to see my son, so wherever that is, I'm fine with that. But I'm actually staying in Hendersonville. Prepare to lose, Jan. I mean, I already prepared. This team is so up and down. But I do not want to lose, Jan. We're so up and down. What is your team? I don't even know. I guess we were ranked second in the tournament or something. I don't know. Are you guys ranked 1 in the tournament? Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so the key is make sure this is dry. And then we're going to do some painting, okay? Now, a chalkboard is not very porous. It's not porous at all. So when you paint, I'm going to add almost no water to my paste, okay? So we're going to do a few things. I made a couple notes on what I want to do. We're going to start with red, which is cherry, but you could use candy apple if that's what you have. I'm going to use cherry, and I'm just going to paint right from, should I start with cherry? You know, guys, I'm going to start with their faces. Now, I created my own skin color. And this is a mixture of camel and white, okay? And that's what I came up with. I made it a while ago and kept it in one of these little dessert, I don't know what they're called, condiment cups. It's pretty thick right now, so when I'm done, I'll probably add some water to it. But I'm just going to go around and paint their faces and their hands in this skin color. And even though this is pretty thick, I really do want a thicker coverage. So I'm okay with it. So I will, like I said, I will probably add a little squirt of water to it when I'm done. And you could make it lighter if you like, or darker skin color. But those are the two colors I use, bright white and camel. And mixed this a while ago, quite a while ago. At least since Christmas time. Now the key is you can go on top of your white lines. You just want to stay inside that white line, okay? So if you go on your white line, you're good. And just try to stay inside that. Okay? Hi, Mary. Hi, Diana. Hope you have a good visit with your son. Thank you so much. Yes, light colors first. You're right, Vicki. But, I mean, these aren't going to really mix, so this wouldn't have mattered. But I was thinking if I had to do 2 coats, I think on Linus, I'm going to paint in his hair. This peach color also. With Lucy, what is Charlie Brown's sister's name? Oh, Sally. I could not think of her name to save me right before the live. I'm like, what is her name? But her name is Sally. That's what it is. Boy, did Michigan play well. They sure did, Cindy. We were like really winning. Like we were really far ahead yesterday. And then I look up from my phone. Actually, I was booking my hotel during the game. You know what? I do need to add just a smidge of water to this. And then it was tied. And then it was, I think we were down for a little while. And then all the things. So it got me a little nervous. But I think they do better under pressure like that. You know, it's a new coach, it's a new team, it's a whole new deal. All right, hang on, let me clean up my brush here real quick. Hi, Denise and Mary Hardy, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Now, guys, before you make a purchase at all on my site, make sure you're in the Perks program. Okay, that is going to help you save 30% on all the products. You don't want to pay retail. There's no catch. Okay, you join for $20. You get your $20 back in design dollars. You can use that money to spend on product and shop at a 30% discount. There's no catch to it. You don't have to stay in the program any longer than you want to be in the program. This time, though, if you join in March, you're going to get April free. So there is absolutely no downside to it. Absolutely no downside. If you have any questions about that program, drop them below in the comments and I will explain anything you want to know about it. I am also offering a special incentive if you enroll in March. So if you want to see what that is, type vibes and then check and read the message in your messenger after the live. Hi, Kathy Light. It's okay. It was back and forth, wasn't it? Okay. So really, we can paint here. Probably their skin is what's going to take the longest to paint. Now, I would suggest, this is just a suggestion, I want the word positive and vibes in this to be in white. That's why I chalked the entire thing in white. Whatever color you want your words to be is what I would suggest. You chalk the whole thing in when you do it this way, okay? I just think it would be easier on you in the end if you use the color that you want this whole thing to be in, the words, okay? Like I said, I want my words to be white. That's why I did it in white. But if you wanted your words to be in yellow, then chalk the whole thing in yellow. Hi, Linda Pollard. Thank you for commenting. All right, let me get this done. Like I said, stay inside the outside line, inside the white line. Now her hair doesn't matter if I get skin color on here because we're gonna chalk over it again anyway. Now, one thing you can do if your paste is thick while you're painting is you can just dip your brush in some water and smooth it out. If you feel like it's too thick. I'm kind of thinking this part might be a little bit thick. And I might do that. Oh, I don't want Snoopy to be white. I don't want Snoopy to be skin color. I want him to be white. So I'm just getting the hands and the arms. It's going to look worse before it gets better, you guys. That is okay. I do a lot of chalkboard stuff for the school. Not a lot, but I've been doing it this year. And so you just want to get it the color you want it to look like when you're done chalking, when you paint, okay? So what I'm going to do is just spray my brush and get it a little bit wet and just smooth out some of this. All right, that's just because this is, I put this on very thick and that's fine. What I don't want it to look is textured, which Lucy's face started to look a little textured here at the end because it got very thick. So I'm just taking my brush and it's wet and moving that chalk paste around. That's all I'm doing. I just don't want it to be too thick. When do you leave for your son? Thank you, Beverly. Hi. I am leaving, my flight's not till 4:30 Central, so I have some time. Okay, now we're going to work on, I think my skin color is good. And then we're going to work on Snoopy. And of course we want Snoopy to be white because Snoopy is white. So again, I'm going to paint right from the jar. That's not going to matter if that's white. Now the white is my white is brand new. So it is going on pretty thin, and I will most likely do 2 coats of white. Whoops. And the thing is, if you go outside the line, I'm using a pretty thick brush here. You're going to be able to clean it up with your detail tool very easily, okay? I'm actually going to get a skinnier brush because I want the girls' shoes to be white also. I'm just painting these in. Just like so. Hi, Barbara Green. Barb Green, how are you? You like the Peanuts characters? Now you could do the same thing on a shirt. I would do it the same way. In the same process, I guess is what I'm saying. Start with your light colors, move to your dark colors. I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to work with the Woodstock color, which is our color of the month. It's this really bright yellow. So we're obviously going to paint Woodstock in yellow, but I'm going to also do Charlie Brown's shirt. And this goes on pretty thin, pretty, not thin, but transparent. So you'll want to do a couple coats, 2-3 coats of the yellow. But we all know Charlie Brown's shirt has got to be yellow. Now you could use Bumblebee if you want. But we're going to get Woodstock, yellow, a base coat anyway. Okay, and I'm just letting those dry while I work with the other colors. So I wanted to do Sally's shirt in, you missed them? Yes, I missed out when they first came out. Well, that happened to, you weren't the only one. Lots and lots of people missed out, so they brought them back. They ordered them right away, like that same day, so we were able to get them back pretty quickly. So we're going to do her. This is Marvelous, but you could use any pink you like. I just like, this is like my favorite. It's kind of a, how would I describe this? It's not like a bright pink. It's just a, I don't know. It's like mauve. Okay. I might do a second coat of that. We're going to do Sally's shirt. Lucy's shirt. This is Sally. We're going to do Lucy's shirt in cherry. But you could totally do Candy Apple if you prefer that red. This is a deeper red. And these are just skinny art brushes. I got them. They're very inexpensive. I got them at Hobby Lobby in a big pack of brushes. When you're working on a black chalkboard, guys, you're probably going to need a couple of coats of your paint on your paste. And then the cool thing is, yeah, kind of like a dusty pink. You're going to need a couple of coats for it to cover, and that's okay. That's okay. All right, we're going to take Colonial Blue for Lucy's pants. Let me look at this. Here. I don't know if I was supposed to put blue there or not. I may have to take that off. And for Sally's pants, oh, her hair's going to be yellow also. All right, let me get my Woodstock back out. Mary said, Lucy has the dark hair, Sally has. Yes, you are correct. That I know, I just keep getting tongue-tied is all. I know it, but I'm not saying it. So if I say it backwards, you know what I mean. It happens. All right, let's see. Let's give this a little dry. I want Linus's shirt to be what? I didn't write it down. I didn't write it down. Goodness. What color would you guys do Linus's shirt? Let me know in the comments. Probably I'm going to do blue, but I just don't remember what I was going to do. So let me see what I'm going to do. Let me scroll down here. Oh, that's right. No, I'm not doing it in blue. I remember now. I have one color here I have not used yet. Let me know what you think, but I have a plan. Just didn't execute it. So see, once you dry it, how streaky the yellow looks. So you definitely want to go over that, and I'll go over the white. But we're going to do Linus's shirt in Eucalyptus is what I'm going to use, which is really pretty green. but you know. And his pants and Charlie Brown's pants will end up being black in the end, because we are going to re-chalk this whole thing in black at the very end. And I promise you, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to look cool. Hi, Rochelle. Linus normally wears a red shirt and Lucy a blue dress. Well, today she's not wearing a dress. Today she's wearing pants and a shirt. But you are correct. She does normally. You are right. I had to walk away. Well, Lena, I never know when you left, so how do I know? I don't know if you missed anything, my friend. I really don't know. Welcome back, though. All right, I'm going over their pants again, giving them a little better coverage. Okay, that's probably good. Let's see, we definitely need to go over the yellow again. I am, but not till, Rochelle, I'm not leaving until my flight's not till 4:30. I got nothing but time right now. So to me, I'm like, I get to sleep in normally, like I normally would. Went for my run, I took a shower, we're going live. My day is normal. My day is normal. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm on my way, not shortly, but a little bit after this. About an hour or so afterwards. This, last I checked, this color of the month is still available. It usually lasts two-ish weeks. Sometimes it lasts a little longer because sometimes they're very kind to you and they will make extra. But this is called Woodstock. You can only find it at the checkout. And your cart has to be $75 or more, subtotal, and then you can purchase the color of the month. That's how this color works. This is called Woodstock. All right, let's do good. Good. We're going to use bark for the boys' shoes. Again, you use what colors you like. Thanks for sprinkling. No, Denise, just me. He's going to stay home. He's got to work, and he, missed a lot with going to Mexico. He missed a lot of work there. And then also with my dad dying, he missed work for that. So he's going to tend to the dogs in the house, and I'm going to go see Joe. I'm wondering if I should make their socks white. Just talking out loud here, thinking maybe. Okay, well, let's just do that for now. All right, we're going to go over the white again. Is there another Woodstock? Oh, there is, Jan. Thank you for pointing that out. There is. There's one flying up here. All right, let's get this painted, and we will do that Woodstock. Thank you for helping me find him. This is what happens when I wear my hair down. I don't see everything. Guys, I really need a haircut. I looked in the mirror the other day, and my ponytail was down below to almost to my waist. I mean, come on. Enough is enough. I need to get it cut. Let's do a little trick with Woodstock. I'm going to paint Woodstock white. And we're going to see if that gives us a nice base coat for when I go back over Woodstock in yellow. And then we'll see if we only need to do one coat. here's a little trick. Like I didn't plan that, but we're gonna pretend like I did. And I'm gonna paint them in white. And that will see for you, might save you a little bit of your color of the month. Because I think I'm going to end up doing 3 coats of the woodstock color. But if we do white, I'm going to do their socks in white. I'm thinking that will make it a little easier to paint in yellow. What do you think? Tracy, I don't do the peanut characters, but I like how they look when everyone else does them. Thank you, Tracy. Well, I think they're cute. That's right. Time to get crafting in before I go. So let's see if this helps our woodstock. Making Sunday dinner. Nice. Oh, you have a family over. That's so nice. Is it a special occasion or just for fun? Or is it for the game? I'm thinking doing the white would have been a good starting point for my yellow. All right, everything is dry, basically. We're almost done with all the painting, you guys. Again, it looks super cute. Just if you missed the beginning when I chalked the whole thing in white, it looked really, really pretty. Just in white. So if you want to keep it simple and not paint, and you're looking for like a quick project, you could just do it all in one color. If you have a black or white chalkboard, you could do the whole thing in black, and that will look awesome also. Very simple. But see how quickly that covered with just doing it in white? This is going to take a few coats. Not doing it in white. So I recommend if you're going to paint white on the, or this woodstock on a black chalkboard, do a coat of white first. And that will give you a brighter yellow. Is there a piece of Charlie Brown and Linus's leg showing that you need to paint? Well, there's this little tiny piece. But maybe, oh, I see what you mean, like skin color? We could do that. You guys have eagle eyes. I love that you're all so detail-oriented. Hi, Sissy. How are you? How are you doing today? Got all my detail people on today, which is very helpful to some of us who are just big picture people. We're trying to do it once a month again. That's nice. All right, I think that's going to be good for the yellow. But again, we were able to get one coat with woodstock with the bright white underneath. And then some of my friends would like me to paint. We're done with this pink also, I think. Well, my brush has got some on it. Let's just give it a little extra coat. Probably one coat would have been fine with the pink. Cindy, oh wait, what did Cindy say? You're gonna miss the game today. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I don't board until my playing board's at like 4, so I'll get to see some of it. I can watch it on my phone. I have YouTube TV on my phone, so I can do that. Where's my green? All right, I am just covering my paste jars because, you know, we don't want them to get too thick. I I am going to paint their legs because that's not a bad idea. It's such a small thing, you guys. I cannot believe you even saw it, but hang on, my brushes. It was such a small little spot. You guys have eagle eyes. I can't tell if I need to paint right there, so I'm not really, right here I can. It is the tiniest spot. Hi, Maud. Oh, you guys are inviting each other over. I love it. All right, this is going to be, I think, our last little thing, unless you guys have picked up on some other minor detail. I think it's good. Okay, so this is what it looks like. What do you think? Happy Sunday, Mary. That's all right, Mary. You see it. I'm glad. I am not, my friend Jan that's on here too is very detail oriented. It helps me out sometimes. I am not, and that is okay. I have other strengths, and details are not one of them. But that is fine. But I have lots of systems in place that if I need to be detail-oriented, I can be. I can be if I need to be. And then once I see something, my problem is once I do see it, then I can't let it go, and I've got to fix it. So I probably would have noticed it. It just would have been much later. Thank you, Marcy. I call it OCD. You know what? It's okay. Like I said, and I tell my sister this, she and I have very different strengths. Very, very different strengths. And that's okay. That's why we work so well together through all the things with my dad and everything else. You guys, say some prayers for my mom. My mom is in the hospital now. She's going to be fine. Probably they're going to release her today, but if you're prayerful, it's just too soon. I got a call yesterday and I was like, it's not about me, but it was way too soon. So say some prayers for her. I would appreciate it. I think she'll go home today, but seriously, too much. Too much. This year has been too much. Way too much for me this year. Okay, we're just going to make sure that everything is very dry. My piece is pretty thick, so I'm going to kind of extra dry it because I don't want to smear it. I am going to add a layer of wax. Thank you, Lena. Appreciate you. Like I said, she's going to be fine. I talked to her, but those phone calls are not... I needed the dust to settle a little bit. Thank you. Yes, too soon after my dad just brought back, like, I talked to my sister, and it sounds bad. We were kind of laughing, but like not laughing in a happy way, but just in an exasperated way. You know. So, but it's okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so the important step is to wax. This is why, guys, have I done a live where I don't wax, except for maybe when I do textiles? Okay, so you want to wax all the spots that you painted, because everywhere that we painted is the space where the transfer is sticky. Okay, and if you don't wax on your painted spot, it's going to pull right up. Okay, so I just go around kind of in a thick way. I guess I do buff it, but I don't rub really hard, but I go over all my painted areas. Okay. And even then, sometimes a little bit pulls up, but it's okay. Thank you, Sissy. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. I asked her to text me when she was being released. She was pretty sure she was going to be released, but You never know. I wasn't expecting the call, so you know, you just never know. All right, so I do that, and then with my paper towel, a lot of people ask me about waxing, so I like to try to show you. Then I take my paper towel and go over it. Basically, I'm buffing it back, okay? And what this should do is create like a slippery surface. You don't want it to feel too sticky, okay? Feels a little bit sticky, but you just want to buff it back, okay? So see how I got some color on here? That's okay. Okay, and then this is the part that is always fun. So remember, I stuck this here. I am going to fuzz it again. It was really stuck that time. But we definitely want a bunch of lint on the back because we want this to stick, but not too much, okay? We don't want it to stick too much. We don't want it to pull up all that fun paint we put down. Thank you, Sandy and Cindy. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Hit that heart button for me, you guys. I do appreciate it. Now, I know the chalkboard is black. I know. But we can put, the top layer can still be black. And you will see it. So, with this one, I'm going to look at the words. The words are going to be the easiest for me to line up. So first, line up your top or what you think the top is lined up, and then look at the bottom. So I am making very small movements, lining up the top and the bottom, because that's going to be the easiest part to see if the transfer is lined up. Then your painted area. So I'm going to look at the areas that are not painted, and I'm making the smallest movements to the right, to the left, up and down. And then once it's where I want it, I just let go, okay? And then I work my way out. And you can double check it, but you can see on here that it takes a second. But if you don't see the black chalkboard peeking through, then that's when you know it's right, okay? Then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lightly, I'm not going to press super hard, but I am going to go over it like this, okay? I really am only going to chalk the characters. I'm going to do my best to keep the words positive vibes all white. Okay, and so I just can't decide. Do I want to use this or do I want to use a squeegee? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my multi-tool and I am going to go right here where the character's hair goes in between the letters and really close to the letters, and do my best to not get it into the words. Just bear with me. I'm going to go around the edge. I think I just do a better job with this multi-tool. I'll do all Woodstock here. And I'm not scraping it back because I don't want it to dry. So I'm going to do the same thing around the word vibes here. Mostly it's going to just be around the B and around the top. The rest of this we can do with our bigger squeegee, okay? Then you're just going to take your paste, whoops, press it into the silk screen. You're going to go over the whole kit and caboodle, just like so. This is just what you would do if you would want it colored in. And then Lucy's hair is going to end up being black in the end. Snoopy's ear will be black in the end. All the things. Okay, and then just scrape up any excess. Okay, and then we're going to pull up real slow and real careful. And that gave us our outline. Look at that. That turned out great. Now, I told you at the very beginning, you guys, hit the heart button for me. Oh my goodness gracious. Hit the heart button. This is exciting. Be excited with me. I told you at the beginning, remember I said I went outside the lines a little bit with Snoopy's foot? I'm going to show you how you fix it, okay? Oh my goodness. How fun! You guys, this is so awesome. I always am excited when we do that reveal like that. So if you missed anywhere, you would see white. Actually, this time I did really good. Sometimes, meh. You know, doesn't always work out. Thank you, Mary. You guys, and if, this is the thing, try this on a chalkboard. Because, let me show you how you fix any little tiny imperfections. This is work. The only place it's not great is right here by Snoopy's foot. I'll show you. Let me do that. So this is mostly dry now. Okay. So on the end of your detail tool is this pointy metal scrapey thing, okay? I call it a scrapey thing. I'm just going to go, like I said, there was a couple spots where I did not get. I went outside the outside line. So I'm just taking my detail tool and getting rid of that white. I have not found that it doesn't hurt your chalkboard. And sometimes what I do is I'll wrap a baby wipe around it if it looks a little cloudy. But I went a little too crazy with my white over here. My brush was too big. I wasn't thinking. And I got a little too crazy with it. So what I do is I go ahead and scrape it like this with my, and that gets the majority of the paste off. And it has a little milky look around it. So I also will take, thank you guys, a baby wipe, and then I'll either wrap it around this pointy end like this, so only the pointy part has the wipe on it, and just clean up my chalkboard like that. Or you can flip it around on the other side of the detail tool and do the same thing. I just wrap it and I hold it like a pencil, and then I just kind of rub it this way. And that will get rid of like the milky look. But you want to just kind of move it around every so often so that it's clean. And then that way you're not smearing it or whatever. So I cleaned up around the bottom of the Snoopy. Isn't that so cute? So it works. It works. But anyway, that's just such a minor little spot right there that I just thought I'd show you. But how amazing, you guys. Type the word vibes. Check your messages. I think it's turned out so cute. You guys, isn't this fun? All right, thanks for hanging out with me. Go ahead and type the word vibes. Check your messages. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. Bye, everybody.